Kia ora everyone, my name is Ariane Altman. I'm a 3-star in Save Club and I'm loving all of the different businesses that we are all currently running in our lives. Even if this is the first video that you have seen from me, this is to help you to build whatever brand you want or you want people to know you by. So let's get started. I'm just going to share my screen. I currently have the code there. So tonight we're going to be talking about value content because we want to be able to give people value, right? And by doing that, we want to create trust. And we all know some influencers or people in our lives that we've seen on the internet and we've resonated with their content is because I've obviously hit any of the different pillars that I'm going to be talking about soon. I do want to preface this by saying my son is right next to me. He's Mawiwi. Mawiwi means sick in Maori, my language, because you could be watching this from anywhere around the world. So if there's coughing in the back, that's my son. The beauty about this business or any business that you run online from home is that you can do it on the go, right? But also, you know, life is a journey, and no matter what happens through the ups and downs, if you are consistent and doing what you need to do to get to where you want your family to be, for me, it's leaving a legacy for them, then we show up. So value content, creating trust, that is our topic today. Branding on social media is how people recognize and trust you online. So just remember, this is a follow on from last week's Zoom, all about branding, showing up, knowing your statement, knowing what you like, who your target niche is or your avatar, just really honing down and refocusing on what your point is for being online. Because if you sound like a blur and it's very like, it's not obvious what you're speaking about, maybe you're doing multiple businesses and people watching, if you're not converting, then just like hone in or at least try and figure out your avatar or your target niche so that the right people are finding your content. And we want people to convert, but in order to do that, they need to trust you. So people need to see you at least 7 times to want to be able to even click that link in bio. Now, number one, what is value content? Because value, that's a great question. What is it? What does it mean? Example, value content is when you provide an answer for somebody and they keep coming back for more. That's my definition of it. If I resonate with somebody because they're going to teach me something, I'm going to keep watching them because I've already built credibility in my mind that, all right, I've seen about 5 posts of yours like this. I know I'm going to get something from there. Whether I'm going to be taught something, I'm going to be inspired, or I'm going to be entertained, I will be coming back to you because I already know that I'm going to get some value. That is value content. That's an example of it. And how it can relate to our businesses is if you're coming across like you're an authority or you're inspiring or you're giving nuggets of wisdom, you're helping making somebody else's day, but also it's stuff that they can then go and take that and they can feel empowered to go and do that thing that they've always wanted to do, you know, or they might actually jump in full throttle and start building that business because they know if they align with you and they've finally made the decision after watching lots of your posts that they're actually going to go in and not worry about anything else, they're going to align with you because they trust you already. So value gives you credibility. And that's something that we never want to forget. Now, there are 3 things that, or 3 topics, or I don't even know what you would call them, but these are the things that you want to be portraying through your content that provides value. Now, you either want to educate, inspire, or entertain. Now, let's look at the top 2. When we educate, looking at our businesses and what we do with, it could be any business. Just remember, this could be any business that you've got at the forefront of your mind. You want to be able to educate people. What is your business? What does it do? What are the benefits of being in that business? You know, create content. What are the costs? How can people benefit from being a part of your business or buying that product? What's it going to give them? Like value content. You want to educate, or you want to teach somebody how to put on brows so that they look amazing and not drawn on. You could educate by giving a tutorial on how to apply those brows so that they look natural and not drawn on. Do you know what I mean? I'm just using that as an example because I was trying to do my brows today and I was like, I don't want them to look like angry birds again. For me, I love watching people talk about what inspires them to, get up every single day to be motivated to live, go in, start an online business of their own, or to jump full on into Save Club. Or I'm inspired by people who love the Word of God. What are they getting out of the Word today, the Bible today? As a believer for myself, I resonate with that. And so that's something that inspires me. So what can you do to inspire others in your world or from the content that you create? Because it's only ever going to come across real or authentic when it's authentic to you, right? When you're not just saying something that you don't actually live, but you live something that you always talk about and you always say. And that is inspiring. So I want you to make it all about the lesson that you are teaching. What are you teaching? What is your content about? When someone watches your video, are they being taught something or are they being told something? There's a massive difference. You can tell a whole bunch of information that someone can find out on the website. Yes, that is value. But you want to teach them how that information can help them in their lives. And we're going to do an activity very soon. I'm excited for you to undertake. That is actually going to help you to really nut that out. By the end of this video, actually, you're going to have 5 posts ready to go as we workshop this so that you can then go and film that content. So again, make it all about the lesson that you are teaching. So just think in your head when you're creating or when you're planning out a piece of content, just think, what do I want to teach someone today? And another way to do it is, what problem do I want to solve with my business? What problem do I want to solve for my avatar or target niche? What problem do I want to solve for their future? Because remember, we're thinking about them, the people watching you. It's not about activity. So for the next 2 minutes, I want you to pause this video. You're going to go and write down, what do you teach or inspire people to do? And when you think about it, I want you to think about, is it shareable? Yes or no? What currently are you doing right now where that is teaching people how to grow a business, how to start a business, how to live good products if you're in that business, how to save on flights if you're in that business with Save Club? What is it that you are teaching, or what is it that you're inspiring them to do? Because if you're not teaching anyone anything, they're most likely not going to come back if you're just sharing information that they could get off a website. This is where the uniqueness of who you are comes in, and that's what makes it original things. So I reckon add a twist in there and start teaching people. This is what I learned today. Do you want to come over here? And don't forget, is it shareable? If somebody came onto your page and they saw that video, do you think that they honestly think about it? Do you think that they're then going to go and share that with someone that you've never even met before? Like, is it that valuable that they would share it? Is it short, sharp, and sweet? Is it unique? Even though it might be the same information as what everyone else is putting out there online about your businesses. So lean into you and then put that twist on what you teach, even though it's the same information. What you want to do is become an authority with what you have to say. You want to become that authority. When people watch your content over and over, they will over time be conditioned to think that you have the answer that they need. And so they're going to follow you. They're going to trust you. You'll build your brand that way when you become an authority. And there are so many people online that come out of nowhere, and people just they're converting like crazy because they come across like they have an authority. They're either sharing their journey, which is inspiring people, or they're teaching them how to be successful, or how to convert, or how to do all these things that solves a problem in their life. So even though you might not feel confident or think that you have anything to bring, I guarantee you there's something in your life that you're passionate about, whether it's your children, whether it's baking, whether it's living off grid, whether it's helping people to get healthy, working out, whatever that thing is that you're passionate about. you have an authority in that because you already come across like you know what you're talking about, and that's all it is. So now you're going to push pause on this video. I would love for you to do a workshop. You're going to create 5 topics, okay? For the next 5 videos that you're going to create, you're going to write down your topic. For example, Save Club, a relatable story. For example, flights. This is a video that I posted on my TikTok that actually went kind of a little bit viral. It was on the off the cuff, and it's always that content that usually, you know, pumps. So the topic is Save Club, flights. I was actually looking for flights for our family reunion from Brizzy to here for my sister that night, but Save Club, yes, I compared it with Air New Zealand, and the value was it helped someone learn, or other people that were watching learn how they can save money on do your activity. Now just push pause and then come back. Now it's time to film that content. Think, is it clear enough? Is my message clear enough? Is the value that I'm trying to give, is the lesson I'm trying to teach clear enough? And ask yourself, what problem do I solve? Like literally, what problem am I solving with this video? Everything I say, by the way, on this is applicable to every platform out there that's to do with building your business or building your brand, just whatever you want to put out there. All of this is for that. Just so you know, you might not even be in Live Good or Save Club, but you're watching this at some point in time. So ask yourself those hard questions. Critique yourself, because at the end of the day, you know, if you want to convert, you need followers to convert. You need people to see your content. You want TikTok, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, Facebook. You want them all to push out your content. So being authentically you is what's going to help you to stand out, but also being respected online matters as well, because if you know who you are, your brand will shine when you are consistent and being the brand that you want people to see you as, and building that trust for them to want to align with your business. But if you're all over the place and you don't even know what you're talking about, they're not going to sign up with you. I tell you now, they won't. Or if they do, they're probably not going to contact you because they might regret that even signing up with you if you're all over the place. So personal development is huge, guys. It's so huge. I can't stress that enough. If you're growing an online business, you should be reading books, watching YouTube videos, working on your mindset, your mind's personal growth. So your challenge this week is to create the 5 value content videos from the workshop that you just did. And number 2 is to post them on 2 different platforms if you can. For anyone who's only on one platform, I definitely encourage you to start looking at a different platform in case that platform shuts your content down. So go and do that. That's your challenge for this week. So today we learned all about value content and the importance of having content that not only solves a problem, but it's content people want to come back. It's building your brand, it's building trust. And when you're consistent, people then begin to trust you because they're like, oh, there she goes again, or there he goes again, or there they go again, posting that mean as inspirational stuff. Because you know what, at the end of the day, that is the end of the Zoom call. Go create your content. Let's build your brand. Let's create trust. Let's become the authority in our online spaces, and let's grow our businesses. Bye.